and I'm gonna do this commentary. Dukes of Hazzard. What's up, guys? Little Carter Johnson for you there. TWIF, Week 12. Let's see what we can do here. We're gonna review the Week 11 games, as I'm sure that you expect and know and love and cherish and comment by now. Alright, the big game this week was my team finally performing after 10 weeks of garbage. I put up 140, which included a Matthew Stafford 30-point performance and a David Akers 11-point performance. Big over TX Nurse 140-74. Metal Spine clutched it out and beat the victorious Sea Gouch, the mighty Sea Gouch, the curse of Sea Gouch, 81-63 in an upset. My team sucks over Clap for Bacon 66-88. Clap 4 had a really bad week. I don't even know if he can recover from that. Disco over USC. That was a good game. Dirty McCoy had a run at the end that sealed it for Disco. Bing Bong over No Fried Rice. That's I believe the 6th consecutive Bing Bong game, or 7th consecutive Bing Bong game that I've called correctly since I predicted the collapse. 83-75, and then Pink Floyd, Fantasy Genius, then Benny over record-breaking which running back should I start. And that was your Week 11 review. And now I'm going to kick it off to the Week 12 preview. Now, it's starting to get to the playoff time where you kind of see who's who, what's what, who's going to make it. And after Metal Spine got his first win, he's looking to upset me and keep me from getting here. But the thing is, I am, I believe, 2 games back of Sea Gouch. He is 8-3. I'm 6-5. Sea Gouch has Texas Nurse, me. We have a head-to-head game, and then Clap 4. I have Metal Spine, Sea Gouch obviously, and No Fried. So I need to win 2. Sea Gouch needs to lose 2. That can very easily happen. Because Sea Gouch has gotten so lucky and has all these illegitimate wins, he has the 3rd lowest points scored. And that's not a result of his wins, but you understand what I'm talking about. So I have the tie break. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be that. We have that matchup, me and Sea Gouch, and then a matchup between, probably the best rivalry in our league, Big Benny, the Fantasy Genius, and Cams and Tex, Bing Bong, Cowboys fanboy. It's going to be a tough decision on what's the game of the week, but we'll see when we get there. Alright. Matt Staff, better than Tavares Jackson, bar none. I'm going to go out on a limb here and also say that Michael Burnzo, Turnzo, and MJD are better than Mad Mike's set of running backs. Nate Washington's better than Crabtree because I don't trust Alex Smith. Vinny Jacks is better than Deion Branch. Branch is just competing with too many people. Selleck will be trumped by Gronkowski this week. Dez Bryant's a really good player, but Chris Obanaya was a great pickup by Metal Spine. Little fishy. Metal Spine, great pickup. I think Obanaya will outplay Dez, although Dez was a pretty good trade by me, even though I did give up Finley. David Akers, all-powerful, that's all you need to know. And the Bengals are playing the Browns, so they have the advantage over any defense, really. Obviously, edge to me, coming off a huge 140 points. Second highest that's been scored in the league all year. Alright, TX Nurse and the mighty Sea Gouch. This is going to be a good one. No way. Okay. Sorry. Earlier I said that the Bing Bong Cameron, butchering this commentary. Don't kill me. The Bing Bong Fantasy Genius matchup was next week. It's not. It's this week. So, I think y'all know it's going to be game of the week. So, Aaron Rodgers is going to do better than the filthy ginger, Andy Dalton. Ced Benson is going to do better than Javad Best in his concussion issues. Maurice Morris, even though he's getting limited touches, will outperform the Damian Tomlin joke. Harry Douglas, no. But James Jones is just as bad. Advantage James Jones. Deshaun Jackson, after a couple good weeks, has been an upset. He'll be outperformed by Victor Cruz. I hate to say Finley's going to do anything, but he's had a couple of stinkers. I think it's time for a big game. And I don't like Winslow, especially after that bike incident. Jennings is better than Jackie Battle, who in my opinion is just one of those like low-end guys that you might need in case of an emergency. Gostowski's better than Josh Brown. And Packers D over Jets D. USC Athlete Comp Fund and clap for 2 wildcard contenders right here. This is going to be a pretty good game too. Tierbo over Matt Ryan. I know it sounds weird, but Tierbo in those rushing yards, man, it's hard to deny. S-Jacks over Fred Jacks. Fred Jacks has been declining. He's had under 2 points the last 2 weeks. He might have just been not even a 1-year wonder, but like a 10 week. I don't know. He's not very good, even though he was doing really well at the beginning of the year. Spencer's Genius Handcuff is a lot better than James Starks. If you don't know what handcuff is, it's where you have the starting injury-prone running back and then the backup, and you figure out who's going to start right before the game, and you start that running back. So basically any rushing yards that team gets are yours. Starks has only broke 100 once this year, and he's only scored 1 touchdown. There's really no reason why anyone should be starting him. Steve Smith outperformed Brandon Lloyd. Brandon Lloyd's stock has definitely increased. Megatron, enough said. Enough. Tony Gonzalez over Dustin Keller, and I guess he had a crick in his neck that day when he took the picture. Manningham over Jacobs. Jacobs is just a has-been. Dan Bailey, top-tier kicker, better than Feely. And Lions D is pretty freaking awesome. And they will definitely do better than the Cowboys D. Disco and the Cure sucks. Oh, and that last game is going to go advantage USC. Freeman, huge disappointment. Drew Brees, tons of yards. Adrian Peterson will do better than Ray Rice, although it will be close. Dirty McCoy will do better than the injury-prone and injured Frank Gore. Dwayne Bowe will do better than Roddy White, who's about the equivalent to Vincent Jackson, who either goes ham or does nothing. Brandon Marshall will probably do better than Hakeem Nicks, although it's close. I think Cruz might steal Nick's catch. That's just a hunch. That's just a hunch, though. Jimmy Graham, best tight end in the league this year, better than Gates. I'm sure y'all know how I feel about Sean Green. Terrible. Outperformed by Matthews. Casey looks to have a better week than Cuntiff. The Ravens' offense is terrible. It's kind of a crapshoot. But however, the Ravens' defense is not terrible. They will do better than the Niners. Advantage Disco. Game of the week. Biggest rivalry in our league. But 2 5-6 teams, not really playing for anything, but it's still going to be a good one. Bing Bong and Pink Floyd. Newton is going to do better than Romo. That's just the way it works. Rushing yards, all powerful. LeGarrette Blount had a great run this week. I don't think he's going to have one this week. Matt Forte is top tier. He definitely has the advantage there. Chris Johnson, even though he's had an off year, I still think he has more upside than Tolbert. Tolbert's just not that good. Stevie Johnson, he's kind of like Fred Jackson and the rest of the Bills. Downhill, baby. And for once, I'm going to pick Anquan Bolden. Marcus Colston, boomer bust. However, Blaine Gabbert's pretty crappy. Mike Thomas won't do anything. Brandon Pettigrew, he'll be outperformed by Witten. 2 what would appear to be chump diggity flex players. but Reggie Bush has gotten over 15 points the last 2 weeks. He's a hot hand. Cameron's actually starting him, advantage Bush. David Akers, Dan Bailey, Jason Hanson, best kickers in the league. You know, Alex Henry, get the hell out. You're upstaged by David Akers. Advantage Hanson, obviously. Houston's D over Kansas City's D. Houston's D has the #1 rushing defense. They're only giving up 80-something yards. This is a really tough one to give an advantage to. I know I just reviewed it, but I think Cam Newton will lead Ben to victory. And you never know. I mean, right before the game, Ben could change something. So this is definitely going to be your game to watch. I'm just going to have to say it. The crumble continues. Cameron can't stop the bleeding, and he has another losing record. Looks to rebound next year. Sorry, Cameron. No fried rice and Rampy. Rampy's by far the worst division leader. I mean, 1 week he looks okay, and then another week he just looks like crap. Looks like someone who doesn't know which running back to start. Looks, I hate to say it, even worse than Seagouch. And nothing against Christian, but at least 5 of his wins are just sheer luck. I mean, you can go look at his points scored and look at his past wins. It's really lucky. But this is so sad. After Ben's had humongous injury problems and just a unlucky, damned year, Rampy is he's almost looking to blow this division. It's sad. He's sitting at 7-4. He honestly needs to win out. Either way, no matter who he plays, he's going to get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs because it's either going to be Disco, my cousin, who's probably the best team in the league right now, it's the USC Athlete Comp Fund, or I'm thinking me, if I can run the table, or maybe Seagouch. Maybe, if he gets lucky. If he plays Seagouch, I'll have a chance, but that's about it. Anyway, Tom Brady will outperform Pussy Willow. Danny Woodhead is a huge bust. That's why I dropped him. He's on the waiver wire for a reason. McGahee will do better than him if he plays. Murray will outperform Mendenhall, who's on Yahoo's undroppable list. I said in the first video I ever made, you should never make a Yahoo Fantasy League. That's why, because of stuff like that. Jordy Nelson, all-powerful, catches touchdowns, outperforms Eric Decker. Mike Wallace, better than Lauren Robinson. Sorry. Vernon Davis, better than Ed Dickinson. It looks like Davis might finally be getting his season in order. Wes Welker, better than Law Firm, obviously. Mason, Crosby, Stills, and Nash is better than Janikowski. Yeah, I know, I took Boomer's reference. And, the Bears' defense outperformed the Bills' defense because the Bills' defense is a bigger joke than when Ish tells stories about getting crunk with the freshmen. Alright, that was your Week 12 review. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to comment the video with anything, if you found any of my little nuances funny, go ahead and drop them down, or Dan Bailey top-tier kicker comments are always appreciated. I'm going to leave the link to the Dukes of Hazzard intro, so you know what I'm talking about. You know why I became someone wearing a coonskin hat at the beginning of the video. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. The link will be in the description.